try to, let's see, there were a few others we tried. I guess, yeah, this Eagle, that one's probably worth finishing up. So I might do some work on it eventually, but I really want to get these going so they can all be listed on eBay shop for people. And we're gonna pour some lead in this mold. I haven't done it yet. So we'll go ahead and let's see, drop this lead ingot in there. Ooh, careful, careful, careful. Don't want to bust the bottom out of that crucible. It's getting old. Let me plug it in and get it started here. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Put that on. Lead. Can I see if I go? I think, what is lead? Like 600 degrees or something? I forgot to check that before I started. I'll put it on 700 and see if that melts it. And then we'll see how it pours too. Shouldn't take long for this furnace to get hot enough to melt that ingot down, I don't think. I haven't worked with lead ingots, just scrap lead. I usually have it a lot hotter to make it go, melt up top and sink down. But it's just ingots that we made from before, so let's get that going here and get this lined up. All right. There's a piece of wood. Let's see, what's the best way to... There we go. Whoops. Okay, so we got our mold clamped together. I think that'll work. It probably doesn't matter if it sits level. I don't think it does. I guess we'll see. Alright. Oops, let me zoom in a little bit. Move that over. That's what we're starting with. Hang on, I'm going to try something different. Wonder how well this will work. Because I can always sand the edges down again later. But I really got to open these up. Crank it down a little bit. Come on. There we go. All right. So let's see. Maybe if I have it at an angle where you can see what I'm doing. That's getting real smooth. All right. I guess those divots really run deep, so I don't know how long it'll take to get them out. Of course, with that, I make marks on the ends that I'll have to sand out now too. Let's throw the silver one on there. It's got a lot of work left. Ow, come on. Let me check something real quick, because this thing is getting hot. I'm guessing because it's spinning. Jeez. Okay, we'll get this back on. I don't know why it doesn't go in the other direction anymore. There. Let's get these out of here now. Oh, had it on the wrong direction. Okay. So we now have liquid lead in there. So I'll move this all out of the way. I'll just hit that with a torch quickly. tongs too. We'll pour our lead in now. Let's see, I want to make sure. Yeah, I think that's a good angle. Okay. Okay, so there's our poured lead. We'll see how that actually went here in a moment. Here, just something to test it. Make sure it's not. Okay, yep. Should already be set up. So open that. That didn't work at all, did it? So maybe I have to be more patient, because that's not how it's supposed to come out, obviously. All right, let's try that again. Let me see if I can get those off of there. Yeah, that's not. How do we get those? Maybe pull this part off first. Pull these all off. And melt them down again. Just put them in this crucible over here for now. There. It's not even hot, really. Okay, we'll try that again. Okay. Let's pour that again now. Be a little more patient. Oh, come on. A little more patient and see if that helps. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're supposed to pour it like in the hole until it comes up, or what. Let's try that again. Let's see what happens here. So it looks like I only got one that time that turned out right. Oop. Ouch. Yeah, see, only one of those weights came out correctly, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Not a quick process, that's for sure. But at least I can dump this part right back into the crucible so it can start melting down. That cools down pretty quick. I mean, these are all cold, and I just poured them, no water. So melt it all down again. Try again here. Maybe the mold just needs to get hot. It's pretty hot now. I can still touch it with bare hands. Let that warm back up and pour it again. This mold went pretty good, at least for these weights. So just wait on that lead to melt down and pour it again. Maybe if it's a little hotter when I go to pour, it won't cool down so much. There, that's 860 degrees, so I'll wait on it. To get back to that point. So how much I weigh when it's done? I don't know why this coin silver always pours not very smooth and you get stuff like that. Maybe I just have to turn it quicker. Regular silvers, if it's pure silver, it doesn't do that. But the coin silver does. Okay, let's see. Got our liquid lead again, so let's try this third time. I think you have to hit those holes. You can't just pour it and have it run in. Unless it's like super hot, maybe. Let's let that cool down again. Pop this open and see what we got. None of them worked out. You can see they're just not filling out all the way for some reason. I don't know what's going wrong here with these. Pull this out now. Get that chunk out of here at least. We can just grab it almost. I'm surprised how fast this lead cools off. I mean, I can touch it right away, which is nice. We're working with it anyhow. Okay. Just keep going with it, I guess, till we get one that works. Alright. Try again. Maybe I'll try it from this way. Oops. Okay, I'll skip the ones that are covered and just try to pour it directly in the hole. Let's see how that works. Still didn't work out. So we'll just keep trying. What else can we do? I don't know if it's that and it just doesn't set up good. Not sure. Golly. This is getting hot. The lead might cool down fast, but this stuff doesn't. Nope. No successful ones again. I've only had one that was successful. I melted it back down. I didn't think it would be that difficult. Put my gloves on. All right, well, let's do something we know works right, which is this one. Let that warm up. These should turn out better, I think. Yeah. This one does better than those, or than the small ones. Yep, that's a better, whoops, yeah, better result than what I was getting out of that other one. So we know this mold pours pretty good. I mean, you can see lines and stuff, but it's, these are fishing lures, so it's not like it's got to be perfect or pretty or anything. I'll have to clip those off later. I wonder if I should just... I wonder, would people buy lead, if it was poured like an Eagle or something? Probably not, because it's considered hazardous. I'm going to keep trying this one. Keep trying this one. Seems like if you can pour them right in the hole, it's good. These have bigger holes, so it's easier to get in. So I'll just have to try that on these ones here. That probably didn't work. Didn't work. That one might have turned out okay. The last one I did. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So it looks like I got at least one. The last one I did there seemed to work pretty good, so it seems like hitting that hole just right is what makes it work or not work. So I gotta try to get all these off of here and melt them down and at least save that one good one. Let me put on my gloves. Pretty easy to handle this stuff with just gloves since it's not very hot. Okay, we'll melt that lead back down. And let's see. Okay. So, melt that lead down, and then I'll probably just clip that one later so I don't risk messing it up. You can see there's where your fishing line would go through for that weight. So we got one decent one out of that mold after all those pours we've done. Guess we'll just keep going until we get a few more. Ouch. Maybe if that wood was lower. Actually, I should try that because the top of my clamp is just, it's not plastic, it's just metal. So maybe I don't need the wood there. And that'll make it easier to get right on those holes. I don't know, let's see if that makes a difference. Okay, come to this one. Okay, hit the last one. Okay, let's see how we did. We got, looks like we got two on that one. Two decent ones we can keep. Okay. Glove on. On this. Yeah, there's a decent one. Okay, let me see that. Broke off of here. Put this one back for now. Keep going on this one. Try to break this lead off. There. That off so I can melt that down again. Alright, we got 3 sinkers from that mold that are decent. Can see through them. Where's my slag spoon? I'm getting some slag. Try that again. See if that is gonna work good. That didn't work. Yep, it's too cold. I might have got one out of that. Let's see. Two decent fishing sinkers from that one. So I think, let's see, we're getting close to an hour here. So I might just pour the rest into the ingot mold for later. Ow, gosh. I got a hole there and my thumb got through it and burned against that metal. Okay. Maybe I'll just do some fun pours with the lead, even though I'm gonna melt it down again. So that's all that stuff. Yeah, maybe we'll just do, I don't know. Do like a lead skull, red Charizard. I don't think I'll sell them like that because people probably wouldn't be interested, but just something to pour this into for storage. Okay, let's see here. I'm holding this. So there's that one. Looks nice. Feels good. Trying to break that free. There we go. So I can melt that down quickly. Get this stuff with the torch just warm it up. down. Okay. Out. Ah. Oh, I burned my finger over that one. Okay, let's see how it looks. Man, lead really comes out with nice quality there. Lead really picks up those details. I want to see that Charizard. Oops. I don't want to touch that with wet. I always mess up the mold. Oh no, did it pull out? Man, you gotta be kidding me. I hope it didn't just pull out part of the... Okay. Well, man, it was nice detail, but it looks like it pulled out part of the graphite mold. Let's see here. Man, I don't know. I'll have to melt something else down sometime, pour it in there. I'm pretty sure part of the mold, the graphite mold, came out of the mold and is stuck in this now. Although, let me see. There's a Charizard mold here. I'm really not sure. It seems different, right? That just feels weird, this, whatever this black stuff is. So, I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem like graphite. Graphite should, you know, like it should kind of rub off and be black. This stuff has a different texture to it. So I'm not sure what happened there, but you know. Ouch, man, that was hot. So there we go. Lead skull. The lead skull turned out real nice. I wonder if anybody would be interested in buying something that was made out of lead, you know. Don't know. I never tried it. But it looks nice. And the Charizard looks okay, not perfect. I wonder if if you drilled a hole, a fine hole from here down to there, and that could be a fishing lure. It's out of lead, and pull it this way so it kind of goes through stuff. And it can sit flat on the bottom. That might be an idea. I could see if I could sell that. as a fishing lure. I don't know if people would go for it or not. Just have something different in their tackle box. But anyway, let's see how much of an ingot I got. A lot smaller from the two we had before, so just throw that in the lead pile. Let's get this out here. Screwdriver goes back there. Okay, so that'll probably wrap it up then for this stream. We made a few more. You can see the difference in color from the ones we did today. Tried that new mold out. It was tricky, but we got a hold of it. Did a little work on those while the furnace was going. Might have damaged that mold. We'll see next time I pour something to it. So, yep, that should be it for this one.